This week's Parsha Shlach Lecha, in Chutz La'oretz, the Parsha Shlach Lecha, I'd like to say a vote. Which Avera was worse? Chet ha'egel or Chet meraglim? Bachet ha'egel, it's written, Moshe Rabbeinu davened, Hashem, Hashem, Kil, Rachum v'chanun, Erech ha'payim v'chav chesed v'emes. He remembered the Oveis HaKdoshim, and Vayom Hashem salachti kidvorecha. So Rabbeinu Bachai says that Bachet meraglim was completely different. Moshe Rabbeinu didn't say Hashem, Hashem, Kil, Rachum v'chanun. He only said Hashem, Kil, Rachum v'chanun. A lot of things he didn't mention. Why? Because these meraglim, they did, it's written in Hebrew, it says in Hebrew, Parshanut. What does Parshanut say? Parshanut means if you have something going on, comes along the newspapers, the people which make the newspapers, and they see this story, and they try to make an inyan. What really happened over here? Did it happen like this? Did it happen like this? The meraglim tained that HaKadosh Baruch Hu cannot take out the giants from Eretz Yisrael. It's not possible to take out the giants. Look how many giants there are. If Hashem cannot take out the giants from Eretz Yisrael, so what are we doing there? Just like HaKadosh Baruch Hu made peiros meshunim, gigantic peiros, as it's written in the Gemara, in the Medrash, that is altogether, there's how many meraglim? There's 12. Only 10 of them took chelik in it. 8 of them schlepped the grapes. Another 2 of them, one schlepped the rimoin, and another schlepped something else, the pomegranate. You can see the peiros meshunim. The meraglim tied it. If the peiros meshunim, it's not possible to come into Eretz Yisrael. Just like gigantic people, just like you have gigantic peiros, HaKadosh Baruch Hu doesn't want us to come to Eretz Yisrael. And they gave their Indian against Moshe Rabbeinu, and they told Moshe Rabbeinu, no, it's not possible to go to Eretz Yisrael. So the Svar HaKdoshim brings down that the Oves HaKdoshim tained, what do you mean? HaKadosh Baruch Hu chose us, Eretz Yisrael, to be our country. Avom Yitzchak v'Yaakov, lech lecho mi'atzecho. HaKadosh Baruch Hu told Avraham Avinu to leave Iraq, to come to Eretz Yisrael. Uforatzto yom v'kedma tzafoydo v'legbo. And Yaakov Avinu was also in Eretz. Everyone, Avraham, Yitzchak v'Yaakov was in Eretz Yisrael. And you meraglim say that it's not possible to go back to Eretz Yisrael. So the Oves HaKdoshim were very annoyed with the meraglim. So Moshe Rabbeinu didn't mention the Oves HaKdoshim at all. Number 2, it's written, the Arizal brings down, that the meraglim was supposed to be mechaper on Mechiras Yosef. Why? Let me explain. Yosef HaTzadik was in Eretz Yisrael. They sold him to the Palestinians, to Midyonim, until they sold him until Mitzrayim. Yosef HaTzadik was in Mitzrayim. That brought down Yaakov Avinu to be Mitzrayim. Yaakov Avinu came to Mitzrayim. The whole generation came to Mitzrayim, all his family. How long were we in Mitzrayim? 210 years. Comes along, you see it's Mitzrayim. There was the Makkos. Our place wasn't to be there. We weren't supposed to be in Mitzrayim. We only came to Mitzrayim because Yaakov Avinu came there in order to be with Yosef HaTzadik. In order that Yaakov Avinu should go down to Mitzrayim with chains. Yaakov Avinu went to Mitzrayim to see his son, Yosef HaTzadik. Kilu Yosef HaTzadik pulled Yaakov Avinu to go down to Mitzrayim to be in the Golos. But goes through 210 years. And now is the time to come back to Eretz Canaan. We went through the Yam Suf. We're going through the Midbar. Let's go back home. Our house is in Eretz Yisrael. So all of the meraglim say, no, we can't go to Eretz Yisrael. It's not possible. There are giants there, gigantic fruits there. And the Gemara Sota brings down, one of the Meforshim, the Gemara Sota brings down, that the daughter of a giant ate a big apple, and she threw the peel down. And the meraglim saw that the giants were coming. They quickly ran into the into the apple, into the peel of the apple, look like dots. It look like ants in the peel of the apple. And Rashi brings down that the giants heard, that the Meraglim heard, that the giants say we can see ants in the vineyards. First of all, there's one question, how did the people know what the giants say? Imagine you walking in the street, a normal human being is walking the street, and Oig Melech HaBoshen is as high as the sky. They say something up there, you can hear a human being downstairs, which is 1,000 feet lower, can hear what the people are talking up there. But still, they heard that the giants say there's ants in the vineyard. They tell it is not possible to go back to Eretz Yisrael. If it's not possible to go back to Eretz Yisrael, then we have to stay in the Midbar. They caused the Churban Bayis Rishon, they caused the Churban Bayis Sheni, they caused all the tzores of Klal Yisrael, of Tishpag, of the Second World War, and all the Golus which we go through and went through in the Second World War. Before the Second World War, everything all started from the Meraglim. And the Meraglim were big people, they were, gigantic people. But Alpha became, if HaKadosh Baruch Hu tells us to go back home, and you tell HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Bavakasha, I think it's better to stay in Chutz La'aretz. That's why all the Meraglim, the whole generation, died in the city of Potsdam, Lo Yiru'ah. So even if they bought payos from Eretz Yisrael, they were not zoicha to see the payos. Why? Because of this inyan, in order to tell us, very, very important, the Kudah. If HaKadosh Baruch Hu tells us to do something, who are you to go against HaKadosh Baruch Hu? That's one point. Another point is that we have to realize that HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives a person a present. We have to know how to accept the present. If we think that the present is not good enough, HaKadosh Baruch Hu wouldn't have given us the present. HaKadosh Baruch Hu created us. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is our Father. HaKadosh Baruch Hu knows exactly what would have been if we would have gone to Etzol then. There would have been no Churban Bayis Rishon, no Churban Bayis Sheni, no Tzores, no Bayot, no Golus. Would have been Eretz Yisrael HaKadosh. All the whole Shenkeit, all the Yoifi, all the nice part of the whole Chutz La'aretz would have been in Eretz Yisrael. That's what the Gemara brings down. The whole world will be called Eretz Yisrael, and Yerushalayim will be called the whole of Eretz Yisrael. Yerushalayim will be as big as Eretz Yisrael, and the whole world will be, Yerushalayim will be Eretz Yisrael, and the whole of Eretz Yisrael will be the whole world. B'ezrat Hashem, that's what we see over here. That's why Moshe Rabbeinu didn't say Hashem, Kel, Rachum, V'Chanon. HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Moshe Rabbeinu only said Hashem, Kel, Rachum, V'Chanon. From here we see when a person has got a mouth, never to talk bad about nothing, of course not to talk bad about human beings, and also not to talk bad about Eretz Yisrael. Eretz Yisrael is our Eretz HaKadosh. We have to talk good about Eretz Yisrael, Peiros Eretz Yisrael, the Kedushas Eretz Yisrael, B'ezrat Hashem, Tuvos HaMaises, Kedush Shvius, and B'ezrat Hashem, through this Golus that we realize, if we would have been in Eretz Yisrael, would have been finished our Golus. This alone should give us gaguim, should give us eager, in order that B'ezrat Hashem will be zoicha to go back to Eretz Yisrael, and al yedei zeh, it will be the tikkun of Bechiras Yosef, B'ezrat Hashem.